It's not the Daring. It's a different destroyer. Good morning, everybody. It's me, TONIK TZW. We're here in the Tier 6 Premium American Destroyer, the Benham, with the first, the last, and a few more in the middle. And it should have actually been a few more than the few more that I did get in the middle. But we'll get into that as we go through the replay, because I think this could have been a little bit of a bigger game. We're running Vincent Mordoff with Bear and Sims to give us some concealment and some extra hit points on this one. It's not as great an effect at mid tiers as it is at higher tiers, but it all counts, and sometimes those extra hit points can really make a difference. We're across here on C-Cap, and there are 4 destroyers in the game, couple of cruisers and a couple of battleships, and we are certainly going to have our work cut out across here on this cap. But we're going to do the first bit of a destroyer's job is we're going to try and spot, and then we're going to try and do the second bit, which is capture, and somewhere in amongst this lot we're going to do some killing of red team ships as well. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, always play your cap, always try to take your cap. If you can't take your cap, then at least try to prevent red team from taking it. Now, I realise that the cruiser is right behind me here, and normally I'd keep my smoke screens for myself, but on this occasion I actually dropped the smoke screen for the cruiser, thinking that he might be able to creep up and get in a position and stay hidden. Now, I get detected, there we go, it's a T-61, and straight away we're onto the guns in a millisecond of him being detected, and the cruiser has his smoke screen available, and he is going to make use of that to fire on this destroyer while remaining hidden. Now, I use the rudder shift on this rather than the engine boost, not the engine boost mod, the engine mod that gives you 50% quicker increase to full speed, because I like the agility of these low tier American destroyers. We pick up a first blood with the T-61 kill with some assistance there from the cruiser, but we're straight back into action again, going against this Fushun. Fushun only has deep water torpedoes, so I'm not concerned about those. But if you're looking at the map, you'll see we also have a cruiser out here, and there's 2 battleships at the back. So we've already dispatched with 1 ship, and we've got 4 more across here, at least 4. And that's because red team have abandoned B-Cap, apart from 1 destroyer who I think is sat in a smokescreen. How this torpedo misses me, I don't know, because it appears to go straight through me. All I can think is that everybody in the stern breathed in at that moment in time. Now, although I'm worried about the Myoko, I'm not worried about this guy's torpedoes, and so I'm just going to stay guns on him and use the twisting and turning to try and avoid any fire coming in from the other ships. This cruiser is doing a great job in assisting on here. We have to come off the cap, and I realise that this destroyer there for red team is the closest target to me, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got 2 kills, do we go and help these guys and take him down? But to be frank, it was like, do I get kill hungry here? Do we go after the Fubuki? There is a lot of torpedoes running there. It looks like he has got himself spotted, and he goes down to the California. That's the California that's across there on B-Cap, not the California that's across here with me. So big risk here with the Myoko. He has some pretty hard-hitting guns. His guns are going to be pointing this way. The trick with the Japanese cruisers is to try and outturn and outposition them, because their turret traverse can be very slow. And that way, if you can get on the side where their turrets aren't, they have to turn their ship to get their guns onto you quicker. and that can put them broadside to other members of your team. But why that Surrey was not expecting torpedoes from the Miyoko, I don't know. But now we've got the Miyoko pushing the flank. I'm spotted, that's by the New Mexico, and so I'm going to turn out again after putting those torpedoes across to where I think he is going to come out. There is a Mackerson back there, and Mackerson has nasty secondaries, and I don't want to be too close to those. But at the moment I can't get in on the capture point because of the New Mexico, and I'm hoping that my torpedoes are going to do the business. But while we're off the cap and the cap isn't contested, what it does mean, if red team are in the cap and we get some hits just like that, we get 2 cap defends, we take a good chunk of health off that New Mexico, and I'm going to try and add to his pain with a fire while the other torpedoes run. And I don't think he's gone yet, or has he gone? I wanted the Miyoko out of the picture, and the California I think is going to do me a favour with that one if he hasn't done so already. But we're whaling onto this New Mexico, we get another torpedo hit, we get another fire. That is flood and fire. He is going to go down. He's probably got 30 seconds or so to live, but he is still on the capture point and turning it for red team. There we go, he's ticking. I can get guns across the top. I want to have this as my next kill. But the California is hot on his guns and puts a full send in there, but thankfully it drops the kill for me with the fire damage that I was getting on that New Mexico. Mackinson is now feeling a bit braver. Had he been braver at the start, this might have been a whole different story if he had been in closer where his secondaries were doing some work on me. But now he is on his own. We are just starting to take this capture point. We only need 1 kill to win the game, and we are, 6 minutes in. That is crazy. But red team aren't going to let us have it all that easy, because some of blue team are going to make mistakes. There's the Mackinson sonar. He knows I'm behind here, so we drop off that sonar and I fire my torpedoes because I completely missed the fact that the Mackinson is running his sonar and can probably see those coming from about 3 miles away. So we're going to get on the guns and see what's going on here, because the Mackinson, as a German battle cruiser, has limited damage controls. So if you can get fires or floods on them, then you can force them to use those limited damage controls, which makes it easier to finish them off once all of those damage controls have gone. So that's a little tip of something to be aware of, is the German battle cruiser line all have limited damage controls, much in the same way as Russian battleships do. So if you can keep the pressure on them and you can keep the damage going on them, eventually you are going to get damage that is going to stick. Now red team have just pulled 2 kills back, one being I think a Gator and the other one just being the Chumphon, but we do control the map. We have 2 capture points. There's another destroyer come across here to assist us. So I, as I said, am just going to keep the pressure on this Mackinson along with the California. He can't see me yet, but you know, look at where his guns are pointed. They're pointing straight across towards me, and I'm just going to farm a couple more cap resets of this guy while I can. We're in secondary range at 6.5 kilometers, but I've got a lot of hit points to play with. He is tied up with the California, and that is his biggest risk, because he knows that if he's going away from me, I'm torpedoing from the rear as I stick my nose into a white line, take a big sniff, and then turn around and get back into this battle, much like German soldiers on amphetamines during the Second World War. But there's got to be a point here where we can't get shots back onto this Mackinson again. California risky business. He's pushing in close, he's contesting the cap, and he has got that Mackinson probably pretty much broadside, and this is where auto aim for some reason deserts me and just won't lock onto the target. And I'm thinking, mate, you need to just back up just a little bit, don't get in a secondary range. There's our other destroyer who seems to have got himself into secondary range. Z39B is out there as well, a long way out being chased, so we're going to push and try and flank this Mackinson. Looks like he's running, looks like he's turning behind the island. I know I'm spotted, but this guy's turrets are facing the other direction. And as I said, I've got hit points to play with here, and we're going to use them to put the pressure on this Mackinson again from the flank that his guns aren't on. And the only option he's got is to either very slowly turn his turrets or turn his ship, putting himself broadside to the California. And I think at this point he might be damage saturated because I'm landing shells but not really doing a huge amount of damage, and I'm thinking, come on, give me another fire. There we go, there's a fire. We can tick this guy down now. All we've got to do is just keep dropping these shots onto him, whittling away a little at a time, and see if we can take kill number 4 for the game, because then there's still a destroyer left out there, but he's quite healthy looking at him off there in the distance. But so am I. Are we on for a Kraken here? California absolutely punches him. I'm still wheeling on this guy with everything that I've got. We're going to sail off the cap, I think, here. Then I'm just thinking, come on, give me kill number 4, 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 come on, give me kill number 4. Yeah, it's not going to, is it? Because the California, even though this guy is about to go out of the game, is going to pull the trigger as I pick up a high caliber, and there is a full send as the Mackinson puts his final salvo at me. So we miss out so narrowly on kill number 4, and the California behind me is going to start calling for help. Our Gator, very low health Gator there, has got the Z39, I think it's Z39 and Z39B out there, who's probably got around a similar amount of hit points as I have. So I'm going to do the right thing, because this Cali has called me for help. I can see he's burning, he's very low health, he's obviously running will to rebuild. The last red team destroyer takes out our Gator. I don't imagine that was very difficult, but given that there's been a bit of a yoink on here, but this California does seem to have his head screwed on the right way and knows how to support a destroyer. I think, okay, you know, should we go and get it? Because I completely missed the fact that, you know, we've got this one on the bag. And I'm actually going to do the dumb thing of trying to win harder. Not a smart move, really, is it? Z39B, I know I can beat him on reload, but it has very punchy guns. He's obviously also got torpedoes. He might still have smoke available. He also has sonar. So do I really want to get too close to this guy? Now, the California rightly doesn't want to be sailing into torpedoes. He's turning away. Smart decision. I'm hoping that he's still got his guns covering me. 2 minutes 20 on the clock, and there we go. We bump him. There he is, and he is straight on. He gets the first salvo in because he out-detected me, but we are now going to start the old twist and turn. We knock out his rudder. We slam on the brakes because we realise that actually what we need is other people to help on this one. And this guy is, sorry, it wasn't his rudder, it was his engine that is out, but he chunks me again. He's taken half the hit points that I did have in a couple of salvos, and here comes another one. And there is another 2,000 hit points gone. And I'm thinking at this moment in time that, TONIK, mate, you've made an absolute dumb mistake. We get very lucky there, but we land a fire on this guy again. We're backing up, and with the last few salvos going in, RNG is blessing us with low damage on these salvos, but there we go. And I'm certain that had those shots that were coming in landed, that I would have been out of the game too. We just break the 100k, which I think is a decent game there for a tier 6 destroyer. We get 4 kills, we get the high caliber, we get first blood. Just under 2900 base XP. There's the Cali below us with 2 kills. I really think that should have been a Kraken for me, and 1 kill for the California. But such is life. I hope you've enjoyed watching that one. It was very much fast and furious out on that cap. We did have the majority of red team, I think, come across against us, but we held our own. We played as a team and we came away with victory. Don't forget, smash like, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and until next time, take care. Goodbye.